Hi guys, so we're going to be having our very first look here at the beta for the Crew 2. This is running on a standard Xbox One.
We're here today to watch the first episode of this year's Live Extreme series. In this new season, talented newcomers have a shot at taking on established stars and a chance to impress all the racing teams out here. And believe me, they're watching. And just as important, they need to generate excitement. That's how fans flock to them. And that's what it's all about, right? Become a racer, steal the show, and see your follower.
Okay, so the handling of the cars is actually a little bit nuanced than I expected. A little bit more to it than I expected. I will be changing up the viewpoints every now and again, just to give you guys a good idea.
Speaking of soaring, get a load of that jump.
So I'll be approaching that infamous bridge scene where the world folds in just a moment, I think. Vehicle sounds have certainly improved over the Crew 1, no doubt about it. And I will be testing this game with a TX racing wheel soon enough, just to see how the handling is really, because I can't get much feedback from the controller.
And now live goes to the extreme.
Okay, yep, so jumping into the boats, as we've seen before. It's crazy how that world bends like that. It's a fantastic effect. Wasn't sure if I was actually going to see it in the final version. I guess the beta could be seen as, you know, a final version of sorts. And you know, one criticism I had with the boats is it just doesn't have that feeling of speed. You know, we're doing 126, and it just feels quite pedestrian.
You'll gain followers by winning, of course, but that's not the only way. Do a spectacular stunt like this, and the fans will
Okay, so we do have boost. I'm going to use some boost now, just to give you guys an idea how it looks. Take a few jumps on. So I guess the idea with the boost is to use it as soon as you land, just to get up to speed pretty quickly. And it does build up every so often, the boost. Slowly there you can see the sort of electricity symbol on the bottom left.
We're 2/3 of the way through, and I believe we're watching a new star exploding onto the
Okay, so
circuit.
I've got to turn left here. It wasn't obvious where I had to go there, wasn't quite sure. Okay, the world is starting to bend again. I'm going to go into the air, no doubt, in just a second.
We kick it up a notch for the grand finale. This is how it is these days. Just being a good pilot isn't enough anymore. You've got to shine on and off the course, staying sharp on the social media side. It's simple math. The more followers you have, the more followers you'll get. Sign on with your first racing team, and the second will start looking at you. Pile up supporters, and the contracts will be knocking on your door. To put it another way, a driver who attracts enough followers will open up new styles of racing. We call them disciplines. You'll call them awesome. And isn't awesome what we're all after?
It certainly is. So the handling of the planes is pretty simplistic, I would say. Sort of in keeping with the boats, I guess. Okay, so finish line already. So that's a very quick event just to get you introduced to the three main sort of disciplines, if you like.
From the heart of New York City, this was the Live Extreme Series, Episode 1. Thank you for watching, and remember to follow us on all social media.
3,
Okay, so the F-150 Ford Raptor.
1.
Let's see, I'm not quite sure how to change view at the moment. Ah, here we are. Okay, so a bit of bonnet cam. Oh, I've totally lost the... oh dear. Totally lost the direction I should have been going in. But again, nice vehicle sounds, I would say. Certainly have improved massively over the Crew 1. And visually, you know, it always looks good. Certainly looks good on the standard Xbox One, which is good to see. Be interested to see if there's any false feedback in this game, or any decent false feedback. I will be testing with a wheel pretty shortly, so do look out for that if you want to find out what it's like. We struggled to get up this hill, run out of boost. Oh dear. Lovely. Look at that, look how far you can see. Absolutely incredible, isn't it? Massive jump into another one here. Through the cacti. And approaching the finish soon. Not quite sure where that ghost is at the moment, but I mean, I did have a ridiculous crash. I'm hoping I've still beaten the ghost. Oh, wow. That rock again. That pesky rock. And we're going to be dodging the ruins here. And hopefully crossing the finish line in first. With any luck.
Not bad. You and me? We got some good. Well, look who it is. You've made your bones. Now you belong here. So welcome to this little slice of off-road paradise. You'll find everyone here. Mudders, mountain climbers, and winners. And I'm betting that last one's what you're gonna be. That fool's Tucker Morgan, though everyone calls him Tuck. He thinks he's #1 around here, but we're gonna show that tree hugger just how wrong.
Surely you can hear him from there.
He likes to ride out and explore. Lots of folks around here do, which is their mistake. They ought to be focusing on racing instead. But their loss is our gain. Yours and mine. And like I said, you can go to the shop and pick up the car that's waiting for you there. Call it an investment in your future. The rest of them there, those you'll have to earn.
So let's give this a test drive anyway. So sounds good. We're going to change up the viewpoint actually. Let's have some cockpit cam. So it feels quite floaty, I'd say, on the dirt, the handling. Again, you know, we have pretty basic cockpit details once more, which is understandable because they've put so much detail into the world. It's so big, but some things you have to skimp on, I guess. And unfortunately, the cockpit is one of those areas. It'll be interesting to see if they do have any decent rear view mirrors in the final game. So far, we've just seen those sort of blurry ones as I hit the only rock on the track.
3,
Okay, so
2,
X-Class Mercedes.
1.
So it is a bit confusing at the start. You know, you've selected your off-road vehicle, and then all of a sudden you're in a different vehicle. So it doesn't have that flow to it that makes sense. It seems a little bit strange in that regard. Again, pretty basic cockpits on this X-Class. And the handling is very arcade-like on dirt, I would say. Using the Xbox controller for this. Bit of boost up the hill there, it's really struggling. Visually, this actual portion of the game doesn't look too hot, does it, compared to what we've seen elsewhere. There seems to be an awful lot of sort of point A to B stuff early on in the game, so I hope they mix it up later in the game, otherwise it's going to get pretty dull pretty quickly as well. So hopefully it's just a matter of just easing you into the action, giving you some very simple tasks to do, and then hopefully they can expand upon that. Look at this, oh wow, clouds very high up here. Have a little look out the windows. Oh, that's a big tree, wasn't it? I am a bit of a tree magnet when it comes to a bit of off-roading. Oh, we're going to have to cut across the road here, hopefully no traffic. There we go, over the jump. A bit of boost as we try to make up this hill. I'll say the automatic gearbox is perhaps not as helpful as it could be. You know, often
How about I show you what good looks like?
I feel like they could change down gear when you are struggling up a hill, for example. And again, look, it's telling me here to go left or right, and yet the checkpoint is on the right here, so it's very unusual. Unless there are two, which I don't think there is. Oh, massive jump there. And these trees are really proving difficult to get through. There we go, so the checkpoint was on the right, that was very unusual. Okay, so continuing on, we're about 65% through. Oh, trees. More trees. Okay, let's go across the road this time, if we can. We can't, okay. So you have to hit that ramp. So a fair amount of skill involved in this particular event, lots of dodging to do of the trees, and you've got to hit those ramps on the roads. Okay, so just closing in on the finish line. Again, lots of arrows to the side of the tracks that don't necessarily make sense to me. So I get caught up here. You can see a boat there on the land. There's a strange bear there as well. And now I have water, so I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to go across here. This is all getting rather strange. We're in some sort of caravan park here. Can we go through the water? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Let's have a look. No. Okay. So where do we go? Have I missed something very obvious? Is that a bridge there over there? I'm not quite sure. Oh dear, this is a real mess. Certainly does look like a bridge there, doesn't it? So we'll go for that. In my opinion, the game just hasn't been clear enough where to go on this particular event. Confusing arrows as well. And be interested to see how many people have actually have the same issues I have on this particular event. Anyway, we're going to cross the finish line here. There we go. Okay, so I've actually missed out there by about 2 seconds, so I will have to retry this event.
3,
Okay, we'll try this again then.
2, 1.
Let's go with chase 2. Okay, there's the ghost. Ah, bridge was there. Ah, right. Oh, we can get through though. We're lucky there in that regard. There's a railway track there actually. That's interesting. Not quite sure where the ghost car has gone. Where do I go now? So it's left. Again, look. Oh dear. So there's the car going that way. So he's following the road. But you've got to come off the road surely to hit these checkpoints. Okay, seems to be sticking to the road then. But then here you have to come off the road there, so it's really confusing. Now I assume he's going to come off the road as well, so anyway, we're about 30% of the way through. We are beating the ghosts for now. Yeah, he's come off the road, hasn't he? Some really steep mountains or hills. Trying to give a bit of boost that I've got left up the hill. And we go all the way down now, so it's fantastic sight this. Although the lighting on the trees doesn't look too good, does it? But wow, look at the speed here. And we're going to hit a ramp here if we can. Here we go. Oh, lots of trees coming up. And it really is just luck getting through that section. Come on, get up there. Ah, struggling. Now, where's that ghost car? No idea. Okay, apparently we're 11 seconds ahead, so see if I can squeeze through. There we go. Watch the tree. Watch the rock. Watch the bear. Okay. And over the halfway mark. Now I can see the water ahead of me. this is not going well again, is it? Because I'm travelling towards that water. Wow. And not the bridge. Probably. We'll see. Okay, we have a road here, so let's go left here. Now we're going to stick with the road this time. Hopefully. Okay, left. Hopefully it will take me to the bridge. Yeah, this looks like it. Alright, so this was what I was supposed to have done. But it just wasn't very clear. Because the checkpoint's to my right's there, so you figured, okay, go for the water. Well, you figured there might be a bridge directly ahead of you, but you have to go all the way around the water, over the bridge. It doesn't have a checkpoint on the bridge, which it should have, really. And then you get around, I guess, and over the hill to the finish. Anyway, we've beaten the ghost this time by almost a minute, actually. So in the end, it was pretty easy. Okay, doesn't seem to be registering the victory here. Wonderful. Not quite sure what's going on here. Oh dear. Right, anyway, I'm going to try and figure out what's going on here. We're going to leave it there. Oh, there we go. It's just kicked in. But anyway, we'll leave it there for our first look at the Crew 2 beta, and we'll have more on the beta coming up very shortly. Thanks for watching.
Well, how do you like it?